You're listening to Lion AR on FREAKEMTV. FREAKEM, baby. FREAKEM, baby.
FREAKEM, baby.
FREAKEM, baby.
Yeah.
FREAKEM, baby. FREAKEM.
Freaking baby.
I'm a real freak, I need a real freak. I'm a real freak.
Steve, you got some swag here, mate. Come on, you dress.
I'm pulling it off, bro.
No, you got some swag. I like this. So tell me this. You know, the KSI and the Paul Logan. I personally, you know, because I've been watching boxing most of my life, even though I'm only like 20, whatever. But what do you think to KSI Paul Logan? They're not even boxers, and to see that making so much money and so much views, and someone like Eddie Hearn, who's probably the bee's knees on this side of the shore when it comes to promotions, what was your thought on that?
Well, I was over there for that. Basically, it was two novices. Now, if you cast away most of the junk, they said they were two novices. Yeah. They admitted they were two novices. Nothing they've ever done tells you they're anything other than two novices, okay? That's the problem. And I tell you half the problem is they made so much money. Well, they made so much money because these kids have sacrificed their life the last 6 and 7 years. They're 24 and 26, I believe, or 23 and 25. They've sacrificed their lives to sell themselves as salesmen on YouTube. They've created vast followings, 40 million subscribers on their respective YouTube channels. They came into boxing, they did their bit, they made an awful lot of noise. They are complete and utter raw novices. They did what they had to do and they got out. One of them's never coming back. One of them might possibly come back. Don't hold your breath. People keep saying to me, but it hurt the sport. I can't see where the proof is, because no boxing fan is saying, I'm not watching boxing anymore because of those two clowns, as some people called them. I didn't. I thought they were just novices. And equally, the people in the YouTube world, what if we keep 10? What if we keep 10 of their 40 million subscribers? We won't. We'll keep a lot more, because the testimony is that there's a lot more YouTube KSI Logan Paul fans wanting to know more about boxing than we imagined. I'm telling you, it wasn't a we watched it, we're going somewhere else. A lot of people are hanging around. We know that from the BBC stuff I do. We know that from the emails we're getting from people, the new emails. We know that from the new comments that are being left on iTunes when people download the pod. I am telling you, it had a big effect.
Okay, I'm going to ask you one last question.
Go on then,
I know you're a busy man and you're going to fly out to see the Joshua fight.
I'm going to see my wife for lunch first.
Wow, okay.
That's more important than the Joshua flight, son. I can assure you.
Otherwise, you ain't going to America.
That's the truth, brother.
Right, okay. You've been in this covering sport, you know, for the last maybe 30, 40 odd years. And, you know, to be one of the backbone, you know, to the journalism, you know, to the people watching, you know, I've seen you on Channel. I've seen you on many different avenues. What's been the best avenue for you to represent what you've been doing?
I think when you're live, it's always live. When you're live and it's BBC Radio and there's 20,000 people or 90,000 people surrounding you, like Vladimir Klitschko against Joshua, like Carl Froch against Arthur Abraham in Helsinki, 21,000 people in that arena. Froch does a masterclass. Or when it's Wilder and Fury and you're standing on the ring apron. When Fury goes down, you see the back of my head. You can go and Google it. You can go and YouTube it. And I'm that close. I'm standing like this. Ben Davison is 6 inches from my elbow. Freddie Roach is 2 feet from my elbow. And we've got our hands on the canvas. And in front of us, for 7 seconds, 6'9", Tyson Fury is sleeping. And Wilder's dancing there. People are covering their faces. It's all happening in slow motion. And then he gets up. And then you look around. And you step outside yourself. And you look at 20,000 people screaming. And you know, around the globe, millions are jumping up and down. Everyone's jumping up and down. Everyone I've ever spoken to says, yes, they're jumping up and down. When he gets up, everybody watching that, whether you're watching it in Vietnam, whether you're watching it in North London, whether you're watching it in Handsworth, no matter where you're watching it, you jumped up. And I was part of that. I was holding on to there. And literally, you see me. And I'm like this. I'm going, yes. like that. Unprofessional. I don't care.
It was like
that was a moment, bro.
It was like WWE, like Undertaker. When
you couldn't invent it.
Slams it, he gets back up.
Well, you're going to script it, right? You're going to say, what's the best thing we can do? We'll have a really hard, tight fight, and with 2 minutes left, we'll have Tyson Fury unconscious for 7 seconds. Oh, you can't write that stuff.
And it will never be done again.
Never be done again.
It's a one-off moment, and you have to, treasure it. But like I said, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Can you say, "Freakum, baby"?
Freakum, baby.